Well, it may sound a bit counterintuitive, but when you consider what we do, and that is to run a competitive process for our small to medium-sized business customers to try to get banks to compete for your business, it may sound counterintuitive that banks really like to hear from us, but that's the reality. They really do, and here's why. So, as described in a lot of our other videos. The key to really unlocking a yes at a bank is to understand the limitations of the people that you're dealing with directly with the bank, and then understanding the process that that individual or those people go through after they leave your office or you leave their office. However, it works once you have provided them whatever information that they've asked you for, and you're sitting around waiting to hear the result. The that is a tough process. It's every especially in the small to medium sized business size. Every one of those deals is different. Every one of them is unique. They're all have their own challenges in terms of presenting them and understanding the ins and outs, the risks, the pros, the cons, all that stuff. But there are common threads that every credit decision has to address, and there's a bunch of them. And they're depending on what's going on in the world and depending on what industry you're in, the size of your business, the bank's appetite, whatever, you have to understand how to prioritize those things and present them in a way that a bank or a banker, a credit officer, a decision maker can easily digest and move through. And that's why they like to have us involved because we can or we do present to them what we call fully baked presentations. I often like to say that these are 1099 banker approved, credit presentations. Whereas if we were the bank, we would have approved this, and here's why. Here's all the things that you as a bank may find challenging with this situation, and here's the way that you really ought to look at it and mitigate those risks. These are the recommendations that we make to you, bank, to make it in a way that you can bring this customer, this bank, this business onto your platform and have a great relationship with them. Uh, in the absence of that, in the absence of us being able to do that for our business customers and for the bank, it often is it's a difficult process. It's a very iterative process where the person that you're dealing with really has no decision-making authority. 9 times out of 10, they don't know anything about credit. They really don't know the way that the credit officers think. And unfortunately, these days, the sad reality is that the people that you're dealing with face to face with the bank have a somewhat dysfunctional relationship with their credit people, and that's just because there is a ever widening skills gap there. And the person that you're sitting across from has evolved from a banker that really was only years ago, 20 years ago or so, focused on making loans and taking care of deposits, being involved in their community and all those things. They've really evolved into salespeople. You may have noticed your bank, your business or commercial bank offers all kinds of different services now, from payroll to 401k, credit cards, insurance, wealth management, private banking, all of it. There's really no end to it. So where we come in is we just kind of cut to the chase and we help the person that you're dealing with. We give them a package that's ready to go. They can turn around, uh, present that to their internal credit partners, have a good talk about it. The credit officer's going, you know what, this is prepared actually pretty well. Go back and I think there's a deal here. There's this or that that needs to be missing. We can't, do a presentation. A presentation that would be a perfect fit for all banks would be 1,000 pages long, but we can pretty much knock out the majority of the stuff for you and give it to the bank, and so they can come to either a quick no or a quick yes, or a yes, but I'm going to also need this kind of thing. We can handle all that for you and move on. But in short, that's why banks really like working with us. Even though we run a competitive process, they know it's a competitive world. You may notice in your community, there's a growing number of banks. There's thousands of banks nationwide, and that's just the nature of the business that they're in, whether they're a huge trillionaire bank like JP Morgan or Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any of those banks, or it's a small community bank that's owned by some people in your town, they all know the lay of the land, and they all know that it's a competitive world, and that's just the business that they tended to be in. So no love lost there. And in fact, like I said, they really enjoy working with 1099 bankers. So if you'd like us to do a pitch for you and put you in the best position to go talk to banks, and as I said in an earlier video, flip the script a little bit and say, hey, bank, are you here's everything that you're going to need to make a decision about us. Banker that we're sitting across from, are you really prepared or experienced enough to present us properly internally? That's a whole different conversation, and we hope we can put you there. So if you'd like more information about that, go on to our website, click on the book a free consultation. That'll get you 30 to 60 minutes with either me or one of the other bankers on the team. We'll have a quick discussion, or like I said, a 30, 60-minute discussion about what you've got going on. We'll talk to you just like a banker would, and after that, we'll figure out what the next steps are. But I hope that you do that, and I hope that I get to meet with you and talk to you about your business soon. Hope you found this helpful.